Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of January 17th, 2022. I'm Nicole Erdix, and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
And Terry Morrow.
Hello.
Every week we chat about the things parents are talking about, complaining about, and obsessing about right now. This week we're complaining about extreme ways to motivate kids and obsessing about our kids' favorites. We also take a couple of breaks for an entertainment discussion and a recommendation roundup. Today we are talking about texts to new parents. So my, what do you call it here? Alma mater? Is that it?
Alma mater.
Yeah.
Alma mater.
School I used to go to.
My alma mater has just designed a text service for education on parenting. So it's called Smart Parent, and it's a free service that sends registered new parents 3 texts a week with evidence-based information and guidance that matches the age of their infant. So I think that's a great idea. However, of course, I just got a little in my weird sense of humor, it was like, yeah, okay, what text would I really send? There's like the evidence-based texts and messages, and then there's the real life-based text messages.
You want the smart ass parent. That's a service.
Oh, that's awesome. Smart ass parent. It's a free service brought to you by Terry, Nicole, and Catherine. So yes, jumping from that topic, then what would we send if we were running Smart Ass Parent text service?
Well, so first off, is this like you said, it's 3 times a week?
Mm-hmm.
I got to think either you're not going to see those because you're not used to having them, or it's just going to seem, I mean, if you need texts to tell you how to parent, you need those puppies like every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You need constant texts. 3 times a week doesn't seem sufficient. If you can do it that infrequently, just send an email once a week with all your tips in it. Easier to ignore. You can just,
but I guess people that like young people are not opening their emails. They just want the text
but 3 times.
So maybe they're more geared towards
text 3 times a week. If I would even pay any attention to it at all, I guess you have to be like Walgreens going refill.
But is it because of your age?
That's true.
Young people are more in tune with their text messages.
Yes,
right?
I need more. Grandma, yo, old lady, over here. I think it would be more fun to have texts on a more frequent basis. Just like every little while go, you're doing fine.
Right.
That'll come out. Or, that'll heal. It's okay. Or, yeah, that's gross, isn't that? I know. just like little you go, Mom.
Yeah.
What about just like, you're not winning today. Just pack it in. Send the kids to bed early.
Time for cookies.
Go bake yourself some cookies. Get DoorDash for dinner.
Yes.
Today was a fail.
Wouldn't you really rather be reading a book? It's just little texts of encouragement throughout the day. And you can say, just a minute, honey, I have an important text on my phone.
Right. I need to read this.
Yeah.
And just, oh, this service gives me so many texts. I just have to go in the bathroom and sit and read them for the next hour. It'll be fine.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I guess I'm just would have a more all-encompassing approach than 3 times a week going, did you know that if you put your child to bed at this time, this will happen?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, it's a much more
I think
process.
Yeah, like the idea of it, I think, could be helpful for some people or reassuring for some people, but it's so hard to know like what you need at that precise moment, especially because, kids develop at different speeds, right? And I don't know, like, would it freak you out if you got one that's like, by now your baby is rolling over or whatever, and then you like lose your mind because it didn't happen?
I would not want it to be a burden in that way. And there's no way you can predict. And if you can predict, are you looking through my window? Are you looking through my window right now? Have you put a tracker on my phone?
Or on my child?
That's right. How do you know this? And I wonder too if it would be like, when you're a new parent, that would sound like such a good idea. Yes, let's subscribe to these texts. Won't that be nice? 3 times a week. But it's like, I'm an old lady, so I do emails, but you sign up for the email newsletter or you sign up for the email alerts and you think, this will be nice. And then you get 500 of them and you're like, oh, please go away. Let me beg you. Unsubscribe. And it keeps coming. Goes in your spam folder and it just becomes overwhelming. At some point, those parents are going to say, why did we sign up for this again?
Well, and it kind of is counterintuitive too, like, because we always say as parents, just, there's so much noise out there. You don't have to listen to everything. You don't have to be Wonder Woman. You don't have to be super mom. Like, it just kind of is counterintuitive to the message that we try and,
and
everybody.
And also that, every kid is so different. So how are these messages, tailored? Because the only thing that this text service knows is like the age, right, of your kid, and it's just there's so much, that could change. So
it needs to be like you text them a keyword, and then they send you a text that will be helpful. Like you could text them poop, and then it will send. Something that will be helpful in terms of changing your kid's diaper or what you should be wiping them with or what that color means. Or,
this is a much better
won't
idea.
Eat. And then they will send you a text with lots of information about, your child's diet or whatever. I think that needs to be a little more interactive.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, just better yet, why don't you just, have like a live doctor or psychologist or physiotherapist or somebody just who's there and you can just text and they're available.
Oh my.
But I love the idea of the keyword, like just because you want an instant response and you don't want to talk to a human usually, or maybe it's, 3 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah. And I know all these electronic things have the sort of prompt situation. I do that with text all the time, so yes, that would be the way to do it. And maybe they could have an audio text feature also. So if you wanted to just like send a recording of yourself sobbing, that they would text back some soothing words,
right?
Or screaming possibly, or the baby screaming. Yes, if you could hold up next to your baby, what does this cry mean?
What does this mean? What are they doing?
Why won't they sleep?
What is the message that I'm not getting here?
Please send an emergency babysitter over at once. There's potential, but I think it's in this current form, possibly not so
right. And because I think some people would respond well to like, even if it's just a bot, but getting like what you were saying earlier, Nicole, like you're doing great, or Terry, I think you said, like, that stain will come out or whatever it is, like. That some people find that encouraging and some people be like, you don't know what's happening here. How can you say that?
Yeah. You know what else would be useful is if you could have this text service send, to everybody on your contacts list correct information about parenting. Like if you could have like a little group set up with all your in-laws and your parents and the nosy ladies that you run into, and then you could just hit a button and they all would get something from the New England Journal of Medicine with the most up-to-date parenting information. And you could just like go neener, here you go. Don't believe me? Here.
Right.
The authoritative parent texting service is going to hit you up. That would be satisfying. I don't
Yeah.
need the text so much, but there are people who do. Please send.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It just needs refinement, and we're more than happy to help.
That's right. Yeah. And, certainly we could text them things to say to rude people when they need them.
Yeah.
Recommended responses. Everybody needs that. And we could also, you know what? We could text a parenting service that would text links to helpful podcasts.
Yeah.
That's what you need. You're having a bad day. You get a text that says, listen to this. You click the link and you're on Parenting Roundabout and you listen to people talking and laughing and you feel so much better. That's the text service all parents need, don't you think?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Well,
Perfect.
we'll work on that. We'll have our tech department start looking into ways to enable that function. But for now, that's it for today's round 1. Tune in tomorrow for our entertainment themed round 2, and later in the week to find out what we're complaining about, obsessing about, and recommending right now. We're always interested in what you have to say, so drop us a comment on our website, our Facebook page, or Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.